welcome. This is Sports This Morning. We're broadcasting live from our Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Austin Okonakman.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Cecilia Amorgan.
It's great to have you join us again. I'm Taya Salah.
So let's get the show started now. The Summer Games are upon us. It's the 2016 Rio Olympics. Brazil is about to give the world the biggest sporting event, the Games.
Yes, let the Games begin. We can't wait. But it started for the Nigeria under-23 national side yesterday, or rather early hours of this morning. The teams are really great survivors, after the long hours of trekking, or rather flying to Manaus. They were able to beat Japan by 5-4. A huge one.
Incredible. That's the way to start, despite all the challenges they went through before this particular game. Congratulations to Nigeria's Olympic Eagles. Also on the show, lights at the end of the tunnel for Russia, because 207 Russian athletes have been cleared to participate at the Games in Rio. I mean, 271 actually have been cleared to participate at the Rio Games, and it is a lot smaller than the initial 387 member squad that was actually named before, but 271, I think, is still good enough.
Yeah, it's definitely good enough, but one man is not happy with that. Talking about the Russian Olympic Committee head, Alexander Zhukov, at the press conference yesterday,
what does he want
when he was addressing everyone, said, look, okay, we're fine, we're happy, at least we can compete. But the issue now is, how come athletes like Yelena Isinbayeva are not here, Sergei Shubekov are not here, and these athletes have never failed dope tests before?
Yeah,
they never tested positive. The name was not even on the McLaren's reports and everything. He wasn't happy about that. Made reference to Justin Gatlin had failed dope tests before, and right now he's at the Olympics and all that. But he should have known that the IWF decided to say, okay, all athletes will not be participating except one, the lady training in the US, the long jumper, just one out of 68, 67 are not here. Just one who has been in the US. That's where she's staying. That's the reason she will compete. But I really don't know if she's going to compete under a neutral flag.
Yeah, well,
because, I don't really don't. That's what we really need to find out from IOC.
We'll find out during the opening ceremony. Now, but seriously, for Yelena Isinbayeva, very unfortunate for her that she falls under the IAAF, because I think they've been the ones that have been a lot stricter with these McLaren reports, and they just ban them all, and that's why we're not going to see Yelena Isinbayeva. I mean, watch that break world records growing up in the pole vault events, and for her to miss out of this what is likely to be her last Olympics, I think it's a big shame, but then it's what it is. She has to just enjoy the games from the comfort of her house.
Heartbreaking, that's what it is. But for the 271 Russian athletes, they're already celebrating last night. They're saying, look, we're going to represent Russia with everything we have. For the Ministry of Sports in Russia, they're seeing these as a little light at the end of the tunnel, that they still have clean athletes. Yeah. So now they understand that the entire world is looking at Russia. They said every single Russian athlete at the Games were tested more than twice. Yeah, so a lot of big checks.
Yeah. That's what Zhukov says is a flagrant injustice. It's the Russians. They should be happy.
Complaining about. I mean, 271 out of 387 initially named. That's about 70%, cleared to compete. I think that's a very good number. You want to consider how they've dominated the build-up to these games with the doping scandal. So I think she should just stop complaining and just move on with the games.
Yeah, they've already stole the show, because it's all about Russia. Everybody wants to know, are they competing? I didn't know.
But is it good news? Is it good news?
By the end of the day, at least it's good news, because I was thinking, what's going to happen after this delay? And you're telling the athletes, look, out of the 300-something athletes, just maybe 20 or maybe 100 will compete. That would have been good at all.
Exactly, and the boxers, the judokers, and the shooters were amongst the last set of athletes that were given the approval to compete at the game. So perhaps Ife Ajagba might be meeting one of the boxers in the boxing events. Who knows what's going to happen? Yeah, it is.
You know, I was just thinking, maybe if there's a particular athlete that wants to face a Russian opponent, you'll be thinking, has this guy doped? Is he clean?
It's going to be at the back of their minds. I mean, it's just natural. It's natural. The question marks will be there. The doubts will be there at the back of their minds. Am I actually fighting fair, or am I racing fair in this particular race? But, you know, they've been cleared to compete, and there's not a lot you can do as an athlete. You have to go there, give your best as well, and hope to win.
Because now these guys are even turbocharged. They're fired up to give their country good representation. Too bad anyone that wins a gold or even a bronze medal, you're going back for another round of checks just to be sure that you didn't beat the gun. But it's heartwarming to know that 271 Russian athletes will be featuring at the 2060 Rio Olympics. Sports fans, the games are here. We're getting ready to see what the opening ceremony will look like. They'll be testing the fireworks just in case anything will go down wrong. 10,500 athletes, 207 teams, 28 sports. It's the 2016 Rio Olympics. Cecilia Tayo, the touch is in Rio as we speak. This time the Samba veterans have it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a sport of inclusion. We talked about what the Pope said about this, and they just want to include everybody, no matter how old you are, no matter how young you are. You just have to be part of it. I think this is really beautiful, looking at the Samba veterans receiving the Olympic torch.
There's love right there.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. I imagine they're going to play their part in the opening ceremony as well. So, I mean, for the opening ceremony, according to organizers, they've described it as it's going to be the coolest party on earth. And I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, it's fine. It's nice to be cool. But then, according to the creative director, Fernando Mireles, it says Athens was classical, Beijing was grandiose, London was smart, Brazil's own will be very cool. And so I'm looking forward to what that means exactly. Later tonight, how cool can it get? We'll find out later tonight. But in terms of the Samba,
that's right.
I
told you.
That's going to be a major part
of it. Dance is in their blood. Surely. It's just with them. So they're definitely going to give us a spectacular one. Everything is still on the wraps. So we're waiting to see what they're going to give us tonight when the opening ceremony starts.
This touch has been everywhere. It's gone through swimming, dancing now. It's just been running.
Yes.
It's been everywhere. That's the Olympic flame right there. And it's just heartwarming to see that. Tells you that the spirit of the Olympics is actually going everywhere. Good Samba dance right there. Cecilia, you're correct. These Brazilians, they love to dance. I remember in Cuiabá during the World Cup, we defeated Bosnia. And then the supporters club thought they could put up a mini party right there in the city. The Brazilians came out and then they took it away from us. So it's good to know that people are dancing because of the games. So let the games begin.
Let the games begin.
But then the football team couldn't dance.
And just before we go to the football teams, I mean, just one very important piece of information. The opening ceremony for Rio 2016 is going to cost a lot less than what was spent in London. We can understand why the economic situation in Brazil is well documented, and they've had to cut costs when it comes to putting up a opening ceremony during this game. So but I still expect it to be a nice one later tonight.
Okay, we can just wait for that. Another thing is the iconic, Christ the King statue. It's all laid up, and you can see the beauty in that one. Once you see that, you know that yes, the games are here. I remember 2014 also when the World Cup was about to start. Same thing happened a day before, and this time around it's all there, and it's really looking beautiful, especially in the night, overlooking the beauty of Rio de Janeiro. It's a really beautiful city that everyone really wants to see. Seeing that, you'll be looking forward to the opening ceremony.
That's what it is, because everybody's putting checks there, and then the Christ, the Redeemer statue, illuminated, just standing right there to tell you, look, welcome, welcome. It's all about the Olympics. The lights are out.
The lights are out.
There's no time anymore.
I wish I can see the pictures, I mean, it's really looking beautiful when you see it. You're like, okay, this is the way it is. This is how it's going to look like, and everyone will just be ready to celebrate the Brazilians. Now, that's not the pictures. That's actually the pictures of the parade.
Yeah, they love the virtual sambas.
So maybe they want to see more dance steps from them, but that's not it. It's the iconic, Christ the Redeemer statue illuminated right there in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro, and it's really a beautiful sight to see.
So that's it. While we wait for those pictures to come up, let's just quickly touch down to see that all of these troubles, all of these preparations didn't come without some sort of troubles. And Thomas Bach, yeah, so pictures of the testing of the fireworks for the opening ceremony. We're expecting the opening ceremony today, but we're expecting to also see the picture of the illuminated Christ the Redeemer statue, which of course will be a lot of good tourist attraction to tourists that are in Brazil. People want to take pictures there, already also we are for the game.
I don't know, I mean, but the ceremony, is going to be held at the Maracanã, iconic stadium. 5,000 volunteers will be involved in this particular one. 500 musicians, 200 professional dancers. I imagine a lot of them will be samba dancing. And a celebration of Brazil watched by an estimated 3 billion people around the world. Everyone will be glued to the TV during the opening ceremony.
Through the night, and it's good that it's happening on the weekend, so everyone definitely be ready to see that. We were talking about the amount spent that will be spent at the opening ceremony is going to be lesser compared to what was spent in London.
27 million pounds was spent, to put together the opening ceremony at the London 2012 Games. For Brazil, it's going to be a lot lesser because of the economic situation in the country. But it's not about how much you spend. Sometimes, if you can spend wisely, I'm sure you can put together. I'm sure you can put together a good, spectacular or cool opening ceremony, like the creative director says.
Okay, I hope it's going to be cool. But another thing is, Thomas Bach is saying that the trouble they had to go through in preparing for these Rio Games is something they wouldn't want to go through ever again in any Olympic Games. So they should be ready when the next one will be hosted. I think Tokyo, they're already preparing for that. That wouldn't be an issue. But let's listen to him. What he had to say concerning preparing for these games that are finally here.
The financial model of the Olympic Games, if this model stands such a stress test like it had to here in Brazil, then you can see that this model is more than robust, because the crisis in which your country is in. It's the worst crisis maybe in the history of Brazil, and it is not easy times now as we speak. But we stand in full solidarity here with our Brazilian hosts. The cooperation is great, and therefore I think you can say very clearly that the financial model of the Olympic Games has really stood a stress test, which I hope we will not have to stand again in the future. There were huge challenges, if not a deep crisis. And nevertheless, you see that this country, that this city, this organizing committee has managed to transform a city and to put Olympic Games on the stage.